Oh my gosh, John, do you remember how when we met? Your sister and I were in drill team together. She's a year younger than me. And I used to come pick her up for practice because she didn't drive. How many years ago was that? That's too many. That's a long time. What year did she graduate? 86?
86.
So it's probably like in 83, 84 when.
Yes, it was 86 because that was the same year when the McKinney football Lions went to the state.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Sure
and she
did.
was captain. That was the year after I graduated. Yep, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a long time. John started at Valley Creek in 1998. And as a matter of fact, my daughter-in-law remembers you working at Valley Creek when she went to school at Valley Creek and then moved over to Central in 2008. Okay, yeah. Did you come here in 2003 or 2008?
I came here. Here?
Yes.
I came here in 2004.
You came to Central in 2004. Okay, I had that wrong. I thought it was later than that. So you've been here a long time.
It was close.
Okay, were you anywhere in between?
I was in just Valley Creek.
Okay.
Well, actually, I started at McKinney High School for about, it wasn't even a year, and they assigned me to Valley Creek permanently.
Oh, good.
And then,
That's awesome.
and then I was there until 2004.
Wow.
I didn't want to leave at first because I love the kids, the teachers, and even the parents, because I love to interact with people,
Right.
And that made me feel good, even though, like I used to be the cafeteria monitor, for the kids and stuff.
You were? That's probably how Chandler
Right.
knows you.
Right.
Yeah, from doing that.
Right. And then, for me, like if the kids be bad, you give them a red slip, and if they be good, you give them a gold slip.
You gave everybody gold slips.
Well, I just let them have fun because I felt like it was their time to, have fun and eat with their friends. So, I just let them be.
Good for you, John. But that's why they loved you.
Yes, ma'am.
But if they got out of line,
I just let them get out of line because I just couldn't, because they were crazy about me. So I just.
well, what was different when you came over to Central?
At first, I was nervous. And I just didn't know what to expect. Just thinking working at Central office was all business-like and serious. But after a couple of weeks, see, for me, like when I first started a new job, it don't take me long to learn
Yes.
and to watch
Gotcha.
and to see what needs to be done. So I came into my own in about like a couple of weeks, and then after that, it's history, So,
Yes.
So,
Well, and you get the same kind of atmosphere, don't you, John? When you walk down the halls, it's not the kids, but the people.
The people.
Because you walk down the hall and you make everyone smile.
And I try to make people feel at home on their job.
Yes.
And we have like guests that's coming in from other districts. I make them feel home as well.
Well,
so they can always come back.
Yes. Well, I've noticed when you walk over to the athletic building and we have guests, you're always thinking, who do you coach? Where do you coach?
Right.
You don't know. It doesn't matter if you know them or not. You
Right.
make them feel welcomed.
Right.
That's special.
Right.
That's really special.
And also, I'm the kind of person, like, if I meet people, it's funny, people ask me, John, you know everybody. I said, yeah, I know everybody. And the people that I don't know is one I haven't met yet. And like when I meet someone, it seems like I've been knowing them for years,
You make everybody famous, John. Tell people how you do that.
Well, I'm always, okay, like for instance, like your last name is Ladd.
Yes.
I'm always putting a celebrity name, like every now and then I call you Cheryl Ladd or
Yes.
Charlie's Angels.
Yes. What about people that don't have a last name that's famous? You go. How do you determine?
Okay, like for instance, like their name is like.
What about who they look like?
Oh yeah.
Do you do that?
I always put a celebrity face, like, you look like Al Pacino or somebody, just,
What about like, let's say Carla Schumacher?
I really don't, well, she reminds me of Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watson.
Watts, her,
Yeah,
right.
she's Australian or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then if I can't picture you with a celebrity, I always give you a nickname.
There you go.
Like, hey, what's up, Carla G?
Yes,
You know.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Forsyth.
Mike Forsyth. I call him Russell Crowe.
Mike Forsyth, Russell Crowe.
Mm-hmm. Deborah Sanchez. She don't like this, but Melanie Griffith.
Oh,
You can see, I got a whole lot more.
keep on.
Azealia, the lady that works in the front desk,
Yes, sir.
I call her Selena.
Selena Dion. Or
No,
Selena Gomez.
no, Selena the singer.
Selena. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even interrupted. But yeah, Selena. Okay, Selena.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Susie Woodard.
Oh, the lady from the Progressive commercials, Flo.
I love that one.
I told her that too.
So yeah, you say Susie Woodard.
Oh,
Flo.
and,
There you go.
and Kelly Neal, Lindsay Wagner.
Okay.
That's why I call her Lindsay. One day,
Instead of Kelly.
I said, hey, Lindsay, and then you said, John, that's Kelly. I said, I know. And then Kelly had to explain to you. Remember?
Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah.
Missy Pierce.
Oh, Sally Field. Sally
Bobby
Field.
Hannah.
I used to call her Barbara Billingsley on Leave It to Beaver, the mom, or Cindy McCain, one of the two. She'll tell you.
Cody Cunningham.
It has to be JFK Jr.
Oh, you have to have somebody that Chad Teague looks like.
Oh, Chad T. He's a real good friend of mine. Well, everybody's all my friends basically. He reminds me. Do you ever remember the Clamation? Am I saying it right? The Clamation animated series back in the day.
Rudolph.
Davy and Goliath.
David and Goliath.
Davy. He's
David from Davy and Goliath.
no Davy, and he had that talking dog.
Yes.
Hi, Davy. Remember that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's what Chad Teague looks like. You remember that?
Yes. I do. Who's my boss remind you of? Sean Pratt.
I used to think he looks like Roger Clemens.
The baseball player?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that demeanor about him,
Oh, okay.
but just that demeanor, look and everything. But and her co-worker Shannon Frazier, I call her Joe Frazier's niece or something.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
And like Connie Dow, I say Connie Dow Middle School. Oh, and that name was school after me, John Boyd High School. I tell people that too.
That's good.
Yes, that's one of the, you told me that many minutes.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's your school.
And most people don't know this either. Reuben Johnson Elementary. Reuben Johnson was my great uncle. That was my grandfather's brother, my mom's dad's brother.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
John, tell me a little bit about what you do around here, because I know what you do, so I want to hear what you think you do.
Okay. Well, the first time when I come to work, I don't know what job the people do around here.
Right.
But I know it's very serious.
Okay.
It's important. Trying to keep the district, going and stuff.
Yes.
And so, what I like to do, try to, as I said before, make them feel at home. I come in and make the coffee. Well, I like for the people to have, coffee and tea. I have that ready, so they come in, and get whatever they want and go to work. You know?
And see, that's not part of your job description. That's just something extra you do every day.
Well, I mean, you know, I feel like I never was a person to, you know, say like it's not my job description.
Right.
Because basically it's all work to me.
There you go.
You know, it's all work to me.
Yeah.
And it has to be done. And you know, and I just enjoy doing it.
Well, we're sitting in the boardroom. You do a lot of stuff in the boardroom.
I set up meetings, you know, set the board meetings up, and they have like birthday meetings and let me see.
Any of their trainings, you set up all the tables and chairs for trainings.
Right. And
What do
know,
you do for me every day?
cut up with you. But anyway,
Deliver mail.
I do.
It keeps me from having to walk across the parking lot.
And you know what? Like I said before, you know, this place is so busy. Y'all don't have time to check your own mail. So, you know, like, you know, I'm the all-purpose worker.
Yes.
You know, I keep things going. You know, so.
It's another reason why you need people like John.
You know.
That's exactly right.
And also, like, you know, like they say, like, I know everybody, like when the maintenance men come over to work on a door or something, they say, Mr. John, what room number is this? They say like 404. I said, I don't know numbers, but I know names. You gotta give me a name. and I can point you to the right direction.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Well, John, how do you make everybody smile all the time? I mean, walking down the hall and you know somebody's having a bad day. Do you know that they're having a bad day and you want to make them smile, make them feel better? What what makes you want to do that?
I give them a hug. I'm a hugger.
Okay.
You know, I give them
Well,
a
I
hug.
know Yeah.
You know what? Since you said that, I remember this one day. It was long. Well, let me see. I was working for the school district then, but I had like a little extra job on the side. I used to work for Acura, the car place.
Okay.
You know, clean up the garage for them and stuff. This one mechanic said this. He said he was having, I think he was actually having a bad day or something. And you know what he said to me?
What?
He said these exact words. He said, John, you know, man, I had a bad day today, but when you came into work, I just felt better because you're a good person. You know how much it made me feel?
It makes you feel good. And
You know-
John makes everybody at Central Office feel good every day. Not only making coffee, making tea, but the nicknames you come up with, the celebrity names you come up with, just laughing and cutting up, telling us jokes. And John's not a custodian. John, we talked about this. You and I have talked about this and how it makes you feel special. This is a family.
You know-
Well, growing up in McKinney,
That's
you know, we
right.
both grew up in McKinney.
That's right.
And coming back to work where you received your education, know so many people that you grew up with, it makes a difference. And I don't think anybody in this district sees you as a custodian.
They don't.
You're a coworker.
They really don't.
And you know what you're more of? Family.
That's right. That's right.
Love you, John. Hugs.
That's right. Wow, you know, I'm gonna try not to, you know, well up because it's very emotional for me, you know, at times. and
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
So you know, I'm doing good so far. My eyes are dry. See?
John, one of the things that we talk about is what makes it important for you to be here. So if you don't care, I kind of want to say why I feel like it's important to have your position and your character and your personality. But then could you talk about that a little bit too? Because basically I want to say, first of all, we should never look at our custodians as custodians. They are coworkers. We keep saying that, but they are coworkers. But there's so much more than that. Dr. McDaniel's board meetings would not be successful without the setup that John puts into it, and the care and the process that he takes. From the moment that he walks in the door making a cup of coffee. It just starts the day. It starts everybody's day, and that's the process that we go through. And those small things that we do every day that we don't think about, that's what makes you important to a company, to a district, especially the McKinney ISD.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you think? What do you think your value?
I give that all to my mother and my grandmother, you know?
Yeah.
Because they taught me to be a perfect gentleman. They taught me to be to show people character of being a good human being, you know?
Do you ever have a bad day?
If I get a flat tire or something, you know, that's bad.
No, at the job.
Oh,
Do you ever have a bad day?
sometimes, but if I do, I try not to show it because people always see me as John, always jolly and happy and stuff. So if I'm having a bad day, I try to keep it within myself, you know, because I don't want people to see that other side of me.
Right.
And I'm sure we have bad days and all, but I'd rather just keep it all within myself.
I have a question that Carla didn't say, but I don't even know if this pertains, but to the other custodians in the district, what would be your advice to stay, to make them want to stay at McKinney ISD and know that they are valued? What would be your advice for them? Because, you know, I can tell you every day how much I appreciate you, but you have to feel appreciated. What would your advice be?
Well, keep doing a good job for one thing. But if you would take the time and do the extra mile, it goes a long way, you know. And for me, like going an extra mile, it's just the norm.
Yeah, it is for you.
I don't even think about, you know. So just going the extra mile if you can, you know.
That's a good point. Good point.
My birthday is in September 14th, and the very first day I worked here, Peggy Lucas was our receptionist at the time. So she called me and said, John, hurry up. I had no idea. She said, John, hurry up. You need to set a meeting up for conference 1. So I rushed, and then I was like, I better hurry up and set this meeting before something happened like
Right.
that. I rushed and busted in at conference 1. Everybody said, surprise. I said, what's this? You know, they gave me a nice birthday and stuff, and I wasn't expecting that, you know? And so, like, I feel like every year they take care of me like that. So that lets me know that they really appreciate me. And may I add, if I'm doing a good job today, I want to do a better job the next day, and do an even better job the next day. You know. So
Once again, that's exactly why someone like you is valuable to the school district and to what we do every day. Dr. McDaniel tells us all the time that, you know, we're here for the kids. That's exactly what we're here for. But our jobs are made easier because of people like you.
like I said, I'm a people person, and like when they come back, they always remember me. You know.
Yes. You're hard to forget.
You know. That's funny you say that too, because the kids at Valley Creek, you know, when I first met them, you know, I looked down at them because they were small. A few years later, I'm looking way up at them and stuff, and they have deep voices now. Mr. Jordan, how you doing, Mr. John? We love you, and all that. And see, there's a whole lot of stories I can tell. I remember one day, like you said, your daughter-in-law.
Yes.
This young man at Valley Creek, I believe it was Deborah Pentar, or Beverly Lee at the time brought me into the superintendent's office, right?
Okay.
And they said, John, this it was a boy, I forget his name, but they don't forget me. But he had went up to college, right? And he had wrote a letter and said this. If it wasn't for Mr. John, I wouldn't be the person who I am. You know,
That's special.
you know. It made me feel good, you know, from the little kindergarten kids, and then they grow up and say Mr. John in the same breath. You just don't know how. It's priceless.
Yes. Yes.
It's priceless, you know. And I just appreciate people just showing me. They show me genuine love, you know.
Well, one thing that I always think of when I think of you is you always make everybody famous.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you have a little famous attribute about yourself too. Didn't you kind of try to pose as Deion Sanders one time at a football game?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we knew each other back
Mm-hmm.
in high school. Well, when I was in high school with your sister, but I think that's when we reconnected because that was a fun time when you did that.
Yeah, it was. I don't do that no more because I done got kind of old for that.
Why?
I guess.
You don't think you look like Deion anymore?
Well, actually, he looks like me because I'm 2 years older than Deion.
Oh.
I love colors, you know, and I'd be the first to admit that I will wear a pink suit. You know, it don't bother me. Polka dot suit, whatever, because I look good. You know, I just.
Oh, John, I love you.